Far away, in an enchanted land that seemed untouched by the steady march of time, there lived an old master named Gohan, who found a baby boy abandoned in the wilderness of the region. The old master raised the boy as his own child, and marveled as the youngster grew and became uncommonly strong. Now the boy, known as Goku, is on his own, and has become the sole guardian of his grandfather's most mystical possession, his Dragon Ball.
This was not what I thought the next video on this channel was going to be, but I felt absolutely compelled to do this. So, as many of you probably know, even if you're not that much of a Dragon Ball fan or just not really into anime that much, the mangaka and creator of the series Dragon Ball, which is his best known work, Akira Toriyama, sadly passed away recently and very suddenly. This is a big deal for me because he is literally one of my heroes, and him and the manga studio Clamp are the biggest reasons why I decided to learn how to do art all those years ago. So yeah, as I said, I just felt absolutely compelled to do homage to the first drawing I ever did from Dragon Ball, which was Future Trunks. So yeah, this is a homage to that, and just my thoughts on what happened, and my thanks to Akira Toriyama. Picture this, it was a hot UK summer, which isn't very hot to a lot of you probably, in the year, I want to say about maybe 2005, but potentially a lot earlier than that. Her teenage me was home from school due to being sick. I was curled up on the sofa, cozy with a blanket and pillow, watching TV, and there was nothing on, no shows I was interested in. I'd already established to myself at this point that I was a huge fan of a particular type of cartoon, and it was called anime. And the only show of that type that was on at that very moment was an anime that I'd seen advertised about, of just some super buff dudes with pointy hair and a lot of screaming. I decided to give it a chance, and little did I know I was about to change my life, like forever. From there on, me and my younger siblings became mega fans. Every night from about 8:30 to 9:30 was Dragon Ball hour. On what was then Toonami, in the order of Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and then Dragon Ball GT. And though we were completely lost in the story and had no idea what was going on, and was obviously getting spoilers, especially from Dragon Ball GT, before we knew it, we had literally seen every single episode at least once, especially of Dragon Ball Z. We lived and breathed this franchise and would regularly rent the games and movies from our local library just round the corner, and spending hours just trying to explain to our friends and families why Budokai 3 was the best fighting game in the world, and it's still up there. The game bangs, it's amazing. Oof. Akira Toriyama, you absolutely captivated us. You didn't just change our lives, but also the lives of probably millions of other people around the world. And when I was writing this script, I was crying a little bit because I just can't believe what's happening that you're gone. So, as some of you know, when I was around 14, I decided I wanted to learn to draw, and it was the best decision I ever made. And Dragon Ball and Cardcaptor Sakura were my biggest drivers and influence to get this done. So nearly every week I went to the same local library that I mentioned earlier and would print so many images of characters from both these shows and then go home, pick up a pencil and start drawing. My poor elbows were so dry from leaning on my bed. I remember my mum just telling me to moisturise or just draw in a different way. Nowadays it's just my neck and back, but hey ho. I sadly no longer have the image of the first ever Dragon Ball picture I ever did, and so this is my plea to you, to anyone just starting, especially, to never throw away any of your work. It doesn't matter how bad how bad you think they are, and how far you've come. They are just so important to refer to, and so to show how you've come on your journey and to pat yourself on the back to show that you can do this. Yeah, I really wish I had those first images. The only thing I have is like back from the DeviantArt days of like some of that is really old now, of course. I haven't uploaded on there for a very, very, very long time. But there is like a drawing template that I remember doing that showed like, yeah, the progression that you've done when you started drawing. And I have some 2006 drawings, maybe even 2007 drawings. So that's still a good, like, at least year and a half into my drawing journey. So they don't even show the true progress I did, because I obviously know myself in my head that these are a lot better than when I first started. Because some of them, you know, I started to take like some liberties in the sense of like referencing the poses from all the mangas that I had, but just changing stuff on the characters because I sort of understood certain things. But yeah, please, please, please don't throw away any of your old work. So with that all being said, I no longer have the image, but I do remember bringing it home and drawing it like it was yesterday. My first Dragon Ball drawing was of Future Trunks, because for obvious reasons I feel like I don't need to go into. Insert winky emoji face. And is the very reason why I am still drawing this cute lavender haired bad art boy today, and is why I've also decided to make him my homage and thank you piece to Akira Toriyama. After that first initial drawing, I spent many hours practicing the dynamic poses and details of Goku, Vegeta, and the rest of the Sea Fighters. I remember being so proud when I was able to draw some of them by memory when classes at school just weren't hitting. I specifically remember just being able to draw Goku and Vegeta's hair. Like, it's a weird thing to say, but it's actually really awesome and important, because those two characters, the reason why they're, at least I'd say the reason why their character designs are so good is because of that whole silhouette thing. If any of you don't know, one of the keys to knowing if a character design is good is you're able to recognize them when in a silhouette, and Goku and Vegeta's hairs are so iconic. So when I was able to just draw them without really thinking about it, I just remember being like, I can draw Goku and Vegeta. My two boys, love them. Before long, Toriyama's art was incorporated into my own drawings, and though it's not exactly obvious anymore, I know it's still there. Like, my style's come a long way from drawing anime in that sort of sense, but I feel like anyone who does look at my work now, even here, even though I'm paying extra homage to Akira Toriyama's artwork here in this drawing. A lot of it is still just how I naturally do my artwork now, and I hope with that you can see how I'm very easily influenced isn't the right word, more how you can see that my influence from my earlier days of drawing definitely came from anime. Akira Toriyama, your work is more than just a franchise for people like me. It was and still is an escape from troubles and anxieties that many of us had, and also for us was a personal art school that was intended and I craved every day, and in all honesty I still crave. I love drawing, I love making art, and you are one of the people I have to thank for that. Akira Toriyama, again, just thank you so much for being such a big part of my life and for igniting such a passion in me that has really helped mold exactly who I am today, in not just like as a career but as a person as well. And I will never ever forget you, and will never ever forget the work you have done. Said I still crave and think about Dragon Ball a lot. Just ask my poor husband. Yeah, you seriously just changed my life again, and just I can't believe you're not here. But yeah, I don't even know what to say anymore. But yeah, I'll miss you. With this all being said, about wanting to thank Toriyama and everything he did for me, I want to encourage anyone who may be watching this video, if you got this far, I really appreciate that. It really means a lot. And now I want to encourage you to go do that thing you always wanted to learn. Be passionate, but remember to be patient in your craft as well. You just have to keep practicing and learning from your biggest influences. No matter who they are, you're bound to learn something from them. And before you know it, you'll be creating things, looking back and just smiling to yourself that I did that. I can do anything. We're approaching the end of the video now. I'd like to thank everyone again for getting this far, and I really hope you enjoyed the illustration that I did. I'm really pleased with it, and as I said, I love Dragon Ball so much, and I'm actually planning on rewatching it again very soon. During this process, I was actually drawing along with one of my younger siblings that I mentioned. We drew exactly the same piece in the sense of like drawing future Trunks, and it's really fascinating how different our pieces are. So please do go check out her YouTube video channel as well. There'll be a link below, and I'll also post her picture towards the end here. Again, thanks for joining me on this video. I really didn't want to like have this video even be a thing ever. But yeah, again, take a lot from your heroes and learn from them, and you'll just get the skills that you want. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.